Hey you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece episode 584 review. Now, of course, before I get started, look down in the description below for the link to this week's episode of One Piece, the preview of next week's episode of One Piece, and One Piece Official all in the description down below. Now, that being said, alright, this episode is actually very simple, alright? Aside, because like there's two main parts, and those main parts are the Brook stuff and the Smoker stuff. And everything else is actually very mediocre at best. And basically in that category was Sanji and Frankie fighting fodder, where Sanji finds out that these guys are like sheepmen. In fact, what was that? There was like a mythical creature. I forgot what it was called in like Greek mythology, but it was a mythical creature where it's like they had hind legs. No, like they had legs that were like, you know, hind animal, like hind goat legs, and then they had horns like goats and sheep. I forgot like what they were called exactly, but nymphs. I don't think so. I don't think so. But you know, let me know if you guys know. That's number one. Number two is basically like Luffy being confronted by Brownbeard. All right, and then well, Luffy and his party being confronted by Brownbeard. We now found out that the boss of the Centaurs is Brownbeard, someone who fought against Basil Hawkins when Basil Hawkins first entered the New World, and clearly he lost. Why? Number one, he's Basil Hawkins, it's supernova, like no shit. Number two, it's fucking Brownbeard. He's a piece of shit, literally. He's fodder tier, so fuck him, alright? He's fucking, just fuck him. That's number two. Number three is Chopper taking the kids to safety somewhere. And like that's pretty much it. Like that's pretty much it. And that's it, yeah. So those are the parts in this episode that were really like meh, not really important whatsoever at all. But there are two main parts in this episode. The first main part being Brook versus the torso of the samurai. And I mean it was a pretty it was an okay combat. Like it was, yeah. Because it was mainly Brook being on the defensive because Brook was so scared about how he was fighting against a torso, like literally a torso. And I mean, Brook did one thing in this skirmish that was very impressive in my opinion, where he made his attack fly. And that's very impressive because Brook has no muscle. He's only bone, you know, like just bones Brook. He has no muscle mass. And thus, for him to make his attacks fly is actually very impressive. Because I remember when Brook first was entering into the series, and he saw the fight between Zoro and Ryoma, he was so impressed that Ryoma could make his attacks fly. And so we see that Brook is now, since we see his attacks be able to fly at like 2, he may be around the same level, if not above, Ryoma when Zoro fought against him. So that's number, yeah, so it's, in a way, it does show you that he has surpassed that opponent that he fought against during the Thriller Bark arc, his own shadow, Kengo Ryoma. So that's number. And also the fight, the skirmish, it was fairly funny in my personal opinion. You know, a few gag scenes here and there with Brook hiding behind like some weird like ice thing, and then we have the samurai cutting that shit in half easy. When he did his flying attack, the samurai dodged that shit, and then he went fucking like Nitoryu 2 style. Brook got scared shitless, then fucking bailed. He was like, yo, I'm getting the fuck out. We are not fighting this dude right now. I cannot fight this nigga. So that was pretty funny. So overall, I'll give it okay. But notice here that the samurai, the torso, is able to fight. He's able to fight with Brook, Soul King Brook, and have precision in his attacks without having any eyes. What does that mean? That means one thing. Color of observation hockey. That's him. That's him. So, and plus, this is also mentioned how his legs, when Luffy, you know, was fucking around with his legs, how he could feel, he could sense Luffy and the others, but he didn't know why they were there because he couldn't hear them because, you know, like they're just legs. Legs can't hear shit. I mean, One Piece is weird shit, but even then, no, legs can't hear. So that's number one. I'll give okay. Number two, being like the main gist of this entire episode, like when it comes to story-wise, and that was the reveal of a big name, someone that we know full well, is now a Shichibukai, alright? Because people always want to know, well, who are the new Shichibukai? Ever since we had Moria being kicked out, almost being killed, we had Jinbei leaving, we had Crocodile Bin left, and Blackbeard fucking, yeah, he was out. I mean, now he's fucking Yoko in status. So they're like, who's gonna fill in the spots for Shichibukai, Warlord of the Sea? And after we see Smoker infiltrate through a river, and by the way, the river is not actual fresh water, it's seawater, so that's key, alright? After entering through a seawater river and going to the location in front of the big building, they knock on the fucking door, like, yo, open the fuck up. Open the fuck up, yeah. And what's happening is that the door opens, and we see the new Shichibukai, and his name gets a T. Trafalgar. Oh, Lord. Trafalgar Law. And it's like, oh shit. Like when you saw that, you were like, you gotta do a double take, like, huh? Like, what? Trafalgar. Oh, and they tell you, like we have Tashigi, like, listing his fucking stats and shit. He's like, yeah, like he had a former bounty of 440 mil, higher than Luffy currently, and how he's up there with, like, you know, Don. I mean, and let's not assume power-wise, because Mihawk is Mihawk, but, you know, I'm just saying, she's saying how he's up there with those, like, Quixote, Mihawk, Boa Hancock, Bartholomew Kuma, you know, the Shichibukai. And then we have some guy, some other G5, he's mentioning how, like, this guy's a pretty twisted fucking dude. He delivered 100 beating hearts to the Marines as his rite of passage to become Shichibukai. And then, you know, Law, he opens the fucking doors like, why the fuck are y'all at my vacation spot? I did not send you guys invitations. There were no tickets given out to my vacation spot. Why the fuck are you here, Smoker? Smoker's like, this is the government island. You can't be here, right? And Law's like, well, that means you too. So, the gloves are off, people. The gloves are off. And Law is now going to, well, let's just say that there's going to be confrontation between Smoker and Trafalgar Law. And, they, you know, I mean, hey, it's Law. And Law, we all know, has some pretty hack shit. But before I go any further with this, I'm going to say, actually, no. Yeah, I'm going to end the review because if I go any further, I'm going to give out spoilers. And I don't want to do that. So I'll leave it at that. But that second part, I'll give it good. So overall, the rating here is going to be okay. And the reason why is because even though that part with Law and the Smoker was damn good, you know, it was good, like it was a big reveal, you know, Law coming out there, you know, Shichibukai used to have a bounty of 440 million, ready, yeah, that was damn good. And the Brook stuff was okay, but the rest of the stuff, it mitigates the Law stuff. You see, like you feel me? So we have like 3 parts that are like meh, whatever. We have the Brook stuff that's, you know, okay, and then we have the Law stuff that's, you know, pretty damn good. So overall, it's okay because the meh stuff mitigates the good stuff, and thus it's overall okay. And what I will say is that when it comes to the humanoid creatures that we see, like the centaurs, like the harpies, like those sheepmen, remember Law's ability, alright? That's all I'm going to say. Remember Law's ability. And that's it. So I'm done, King Lightning. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, subscribe as always. I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.